Did I hit record? Oh yeah, recording has started. Excellent. Welcome everyone to the 2025 Southern Arizona Home Show Exhibitor webinar. With us on this call is myself. I am Lucy Ferguson, the assistant show manager for the show. Also with me is Lindsay. She's our operations coordinator. Say hello, Lindsay.
Hello, Lindsay.
Yeah, perfect. And then not on this call, but still very much on the team, Renan Davidson. She is our senior exhibit sales consultant. Odds are she's who you spoke with to book your booth space. And then before we get started, we do want to thank our sponsors and partners, the Workman Company, Renewal by Anderson, Better Business Bureau, Southern Arizona Cat Rescue, First Impression Ironworks, Wicked Picnic and H2O Concepts, Rescue a Golden, and then the Ramada. And there are other sponsorship opportunities still available, particularly a few aisle sponsors that are left, and also a stage sponsor for the Fresh Ideas stage, not to be confused with our kitchen stage. And today's agenda, so the whole goal of our webinar is to just educate everybody a little bit before the show, just to have the best show possible. We'll go over the basic show overview and then what to do before, during move-in, during the show, and then also during move-out. And a few highlights that Lindsay will cover are these.
All right, so I'm excited about the highlights that will be at the show. We have some great celebrity guests. We'll have Kevin O'Connor from PBS's This Old House and Ask This Old House. And we'll also have Virginia Chamley, and she's an artist and author of Big Thrift Energy, and they will both be on our stages. So I'm super excited for that. We'll also have a beautiful spring picnic tablescape that Wicked Picnic events will be setting up for us. And I know that there's going to be some really cute puppies and kittens there. So if anybody's looking to take home a new cuddly furry friend, that will be a great place to do it. We are bringing back our kitchen stage, our culinary showcase stage presented by Workman Company. We'll have some cooking demonstrations live on stage, some sampling and cooking classes. And if anybody knows of any culinary experts that you think might enjoy being on our stage, please let us know, because we are still trying to add more culinary experts to the stage, and we would love to hear your recommendations. So let's go over ticket prices and show hours. I'm thinking Dolly Parton right now with 9 to 5, so that'll be a great way to remember the show hours. You'll be working 9 to 5, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The box office pricing is adults are going to be $8 and children 12 and under are free. We do have some discounts. So on Friday, free admission for seniors 65 and older. And then free admission for all active and retired military, first responders, and teachers on Sunday, March 30th.
Excellent. And one thing we want to highlight is we did change the show hours. We were open from 10 to 6, and that has been adjusted. We heard you guys loud and clear. So instead of closing at 6, we close at 5, but we are starting an hour earlier. And for how we market the show, we do spend a good amount of money to market our show, $138,000, and that goes to ads on TV, billboards, radio, digital ads. Those include the OTT ads, and those are the ads that air on streaming services as well as YouTube. And we do also try to get out there as much as possible on our social media profiles. And then what to do before the show. So the best thing you can do for yourself is check the exhibitor kit. It is on the main, like if you just go to any page on our website, there is a tab called Exhibitor Info at the top right. Just click on that and it's going to take you to our exhibitor kit. And most things that you might have a question for are probably covered on the kit. So do please check that if you have any questions. You are always more than welcome to reach out to us, but odds are if it's a question you have, we added it to the kit. So just please remember to check that. And once again, you can find that on our website, or the full website to take you directly to the kit is also listed there. And then our ticket voucher. So this is probably the number one question we get from our exhibitors is how can they invite their customers, their friends, their family to attend the show? Well, you guys absolutely can. There is a voucher for a free ticket that you can access. We're going to send that out to you guys, and people can either print that out at home or show a picture of it to us at the show office desk at the show, and then we'll give them a free ticket. And you can do this by, you can share the actual attachment, the picture of it, or there's also just a website link. Once again, we'll send this out to you guys that you can send to people so they can just click on the link from on their phone or on their computer to show it or to print it out, and they can come to the show. And if you do have any questions, please reach out to Lindsay or myself. If you have someone who wants to be at the show, we absolutely would like them at the show as well.
All right.
And yeah, Lindsay, talk about some temporary food licensing.
Yes, I love talking about anything that has to do with food, especially in Tucson. They have the best food there. All right, so if you are going to be offering samples at the show, it must be approved by both the show management, which is us, and the Tucson Convention Center. Temporary food permits are required from the Pima County Health Department. You can find more information about this on our exhibitor kit. There are some links and phone numbers there, which will direct you on how to do that. If you do have any further questions, please feel free to reach out to me and I can walk you through what you need to do to get the food licensing and sampling permit. Okay, so another thing to do before the show is make sure you order any services you might need. There's a couple different places to go through. There's Commonwealth Expo Electric, and that's who you'll order your electricity, gas, water, phone, and internet. And the discount deadline is my birthday, March 10th. And Gems, they are our decorator, and you can order booth furnishings, carpet and under padding from them, signs and graphics, forklift services, and also same deadline, my birthday again, March 10th. You can find more information for Commonwealth Expo Electric and Gems on our website in the exhibitor kit. There's also links there and phone numbers for both of them in case you have further questions. They would be happy to help you get everything you need to get your booth ready.
I think they knew about your birthday and that's why they picked that date.
They definitely did.
I'm convinced. All righty, enhancing your exhibitor listing. So everyone booked in the show automatically has what is called a basic listing. It just goes live on the website within 24 hours after you sign your contract. Also within 24 hours after you sign, you're going to get an email from our system about enhancing your exhibitor listing. And for some of you, this email might have gotten to you a while ago, just depends on when you booked. We can always resend it. But there's a link in there to click on that will let you enhance your exhibitor listing, and that link can be used repeatedly until the Friday of the show. So Thursday, March 27th is the last day you can make updates, and then starting Friday the 28th, if you have any updates to make, just ask myself or Lindsay and we can get that updated for you. But the difference between an enhanced listing and a basic listing is huge. This is an example, not from one of our shows, from a different show, I think Salt Lake. But this is what an enhanced listing looks like, basic listing. And you can see they added their logo, they linked all their socials, they even had a promo video to link, they added in a description, they added in a show special, which also gets you listed additional places on the website. For anything they added here, for what you're looking at, there's no additional cost. It's all covered with your exhibitor listing that's already been paid for. And your basic listing, it'll just list your company name, your booth number, and then also link your website. So one looks much better than the other, and it does typically increase your traffic you get on the show's website. So we really encourage it. And then also before the show, just know what comes with your booth space. So unless you are an island booth, your booth is going to come with an 8-foot high black pipe and drape on the back side, and then 3-foot side drapes on your sides, unless you have a corner. So if you have a corner, there won't be one of the sides won't have that 3-foot drape. But electricity, tables, chairs, flooring, water services are not included with your space. Your space comes with what you're looking at in that picture, the space itself with your pipe and drape. And then also with that pipe and drape, unless you are 400 square feet or larger, your booth display height should not go above that 8-foot pipe and drape behind you. So once again, no height restrictions, 400 square feet or larger, or if you're on a perimeter wall. But if you're not one of those, then keep your display at 8 feet and under. And then Lindsay, if you would kindly go over the move-in map.
All right. So we have created the move-in map with everybody's well-being in mind. We don't want to have big trucks driving over small booths that are already set up in the middle. We want to keep everybody safe and keep everybody's booths and belongings protected during move-in. So the yellow part in the middle, that'll be our first move-in. That'll be Tuesday between 8 a.m. and 7 p.m. And then the blue parts on the side, that'll be Wednesday from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. And then Thursday, and this is all in the main hall, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. will be the pink areas. And so if you can make sure that you follow the day that you are assigned based on where your booth location is, it'll really make move-in much smoother without a bunch of backed up traffic. It really makes a difference when everybody follows their move-in time. And then for the ballroom, that's Wednesday and Thursday from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Just keep in mind that there's no driving into the ballroom, so you're going to have to cart or carry anything you need to bring in that area on Wednesday or Thursday.
And for anybody, especially though for the ballroom people, there will not be carts available. So if you have anything heavy that you know you'll have to cart in, we really encourage you to bring in your own cart, dolly, whatever you need. I think the exhibitor might have one extra one, but it's one cart for a couple hundred exhibitors move it in. So it's really not easy to track down or rely on.
Yep. Thank you, Lucy. Okay, let's talk about parking during move-in. So parking is free at the Tucson Convention Center lots. Feel free to park there. Drive-up move-in days are Wednesday and Thursday. Actually, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday until 2. Sorry about that. It's missing Tuesday there. If it is your move-in day, you'll be able to drive into the building and up to your booth via the loading dock. And if for access to the loading dock, you'll want to park in lot C. We have a map here that helps kind of explain the different lots, where they're located, if that makes it a little bit easier to figure out where to park and where to drive in. Okay, so here's the layout. You can see that the show office, that's in blue. That's where we will be. Somebody should be in there most of the time. We'll also be walking around the floor, answering questions. But if you can't find us on the floor, head up to the show office, which is going to be just right by the elevators on the second floor. The green, that's the entrance. That's on the higher floor, and that's going to be right by the ballroom. And then Gems, that's our decorator. That's who you order your carpet from. They can help with other things such as forklift services. If you need any help with decorating your booth, the yellow rectangle, that's where their desk is going to be. So you know where you can find them during move-in. Our office hours are going to be 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. on Tuesday through Thursday. And then during show days on Friday and Saturday, it'll be 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. And then Sunday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. So during move-in, you'll need to pick up some exhibitor badges, and you need these badges so that during the show you can get in without a ticket and without security stopping you, asking you for a ticket. You'll be able to just walk right in with your exhibitor badges. You can stop by our show office during move-in to pick up your badges and to check in. You can pick them up all at once or leave them at the show desk for your team to pick up later. Your exhibitor badges will be how you get in the show during show days, so you don't need to wear them during move-in, just during the show days. And the number of badges that you'll get depends on the size of your booth. So if you're 100 to 300 square feet, you'll get 5 badges. If you're 400 square feet, you'll get up to 10 badges. Your comp tickets are not to be used in place of exhibitor badges. It's something different. And another thing I wanted to talk about that's not listed here is, Lucy, do you like listening to Adele during move-in by any chance?
I think you know the answer to that question, and it is a resounding yes.
Well, we are going to do something new and start playing some music during move-in to kind of make it a little bit more fun and kind of build up the atmosphere there. So while you're checking in to get your exhibitor badges, if you have any requests of maybe your favorite Guns N' Roses song or your favorite Adele song, or if you want to do a dedication, if you want to dedicate a beautiful love song to somebody in windows and doors, you are welcome to do that too. So start thinking about what music you want to listen to on the overhead while you're moving in, and we will be playing those songs for you to keep it fun.
Absolutely. And if we don't get requests, you guys are going to be at me and Lindsay's mercy. And we really hope you like 90s and early 2000s pop, because we do. All right. So while you're setting up your booth, please be aware of these most commonly broken rules. So first off, all booths must have flooring. And odds are, if you booked your booth with Grenon, she mentioned that one as well. And your booth, we mentioned this one already, but your booth display cannot exceed 8 feet tall, except for those exceptions of the larger booths that are 400 square feet or bigger, or the booths against the perimeter wall. And you cannot break down your booth space until after 5 p.m. on Sunday. Please, please, please do not break down your booth space before the show closes on Sunday.
We might even play that song, please, please, please.
Oh, that's an excellent point. To really drive it home, I think that would help. All right. And then, so if you did not order your exhibitor services ahead of time through gyms or Commonwealth, you can still order them on site. Now, if you order it on site, it will be at an increased rate. So we really encourage you to get them ordered before the March 10th deadline, which once again is Lindsay's birthday. You will save yourself about 25% on the services. But they will have their desks, gyms will have their desks set along the east wall. And then Commonwealth has an office in the building that they can also process orders from. But you will not be able to order either services from the show office. You will have to either speak with gyms or speak with Commonwealth.
Okay, so I haven't confirmed this, but I have a really big hunch that the Tucson Convention Center does not like having a fire in their building. So we're going to go over some things we can do to prevent electrical fires because they can happen. Please use surge protectors. Only use plugs with grounds. Know the proper size power supply for what you're using, and please no daisy chaining. That means when you're connecting multiple power cords to make a longer cord. We have some graphics here of what not to do and what to do. So if you're not sure, just refer to this or ask us. We're happy to help you out, but we're trying not to burn down the building.
A continuous goal of ours.
Yes. Okay, the do's to exhibit like an expert. Do use floor covering to cover your entire booth space. It looks so much better if everybody has something covering the concrete. Do stay within your contracted space. Please don't wander into the hall or into other people's booths. Stay in your own booth. And do professionally skirt your tables, all four sides. We have some examples here that you can refer to, two of what not to do, and then the one on the end is a great example of what to do. Do use professionally made signs, not homemade signs. And do staff your booth during show hours. If someone shows up and they have questions and nobody's there, you're going to lose out on sales and leads. So please have somebody in your booth during show hours.
Well said. And during the show, being a successful exhibitor, so your booth location does matter. The booths at the front of the show typically get the most foot traffic, and so your location matters, and those spots do typically get booked the quickest. Be approachable in your booth space. Set up to invite people from outside the aisle. You want room inside your space for someone to come into it. If you get someone in your booth space, your odds of getting a lead or an appointment from that are drastically higher. And you don't want to just be sitting down and looking at your phone. That will be attendee repellent. And then for your display, you want to focus on what you want to sell. So a lot of, particularly like our remodelers, you guys are jacks of all trades. You guys can do it all. We really recommend focus on maybe the 2 to 4 products or services that make you the most money and that you want to focus on selling. And then also people want a consultant and not a salesperson. These attendees are coming because they have a general idea maybe of what they want to do in their house. They're not sure, but they want to talk it out with somebody. They don't necessarily just want to be sold to. They want someone they can ask questions and get advice from. And then also your odds of being that consultant will increase your odds of getting a lead or an appointment out of them. And then while you're being that consultant, just remember to ask questions and listen to what your potential customers are asking for and saying. Like I said, they want to bounce ideas off of you. They don't want to just be sold to. And this is one of my biggest recommendations is to have a goal and also keep track and measure your success. So if your goal is to get so many leads, so many appointments, close a certain percentage of those leads and appointments, please keep track of it. It's very important to know whether you had a good or even have a bad show. Like it's really important to know what this show does for you. So we really encourage you to track your success. And then this one sounds self-explanatory, but follow up with your leads and your appointments. It literally never fails. After every single show, we'll have an attendee reach out to us because they can't get a hold of an exhibitor they spoke with and they are trying to book something with them. So please follow up with people you've spoken with. And then setting up your booth space. So what we were talking about, your display matters. So this is a wonderful example of a great booth space from one of our Kansas City shows. You can see that it's professionally done. They have really good display materials and signs, and it's obvious what they do. They have windows up, their signage is going on. They have TVs displaying their work, and then they have clear signage with their company logo and name on a couple of different places. Their booth is floored and there's space for attendees to come into their booth. So they filled it beautifully, but they also left space for people to come in and talk with. Because like I said, if you get someone into your booth, your odds of getting a lead or an appointment are so much higher.
Okay, let's talk about where you can park during the show. So our friends at the Ramada Hotel have graciously let us use their back parking lot for parking during the show. There will be 2 shuttles during the busy hours that will be going back and forth to drop you off at the show and coming back and picking up more people. And then the rest of the time, there will just be 1 hour or 1 shuttle continuously going back and forth. No exhibitors are to park at the Tucson Convention Shuttle, or Convention Center. So please do not park there. We're saving those spaces for attendees, not for exhibitors. The shuttle is really quick to get you there and back. It shouldn't take too much time at all. It's very convenient. So please use the shuttle.
And once again, you can park at the center during move-in, but Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the parking at the center is only for attendees. Exhibitors are not to park there.
And we'll have some umbrellas up, I guess, or canopy tents up that you can wait for the shuttle. It'll just be a few minutes if you do have to wait at all. But that way, if it's hot and sunny, you'll at least have some shade there to wait until the shuttle gets there.
Exactly.
All right, let's keep talking about move out now. So vehicles will not be allowed to drive up to your booth spaces before 8 p.m. on Sunday. This is because all the carpet that we're putting down in the aisles, that all needs to be picked up, and we don't want anybody driving over that carpet. So once the carpet is raised, then you'll be able to drive right up to your booth. But until then, it's just hand cart and carry only. All exhibits and vehicles must be completely removed from the building grounds no later than 12 p.m. on Monday, March 31st. You have until noon. It's very important that you get everything out by that hard noon cutoff time. And a final reminder, you may not start breaking down your exhibit until the show ends at 5 p.m. on Sunday. Sometimes people are still in the show shopping that late, and we want to keep it professional. They paid to be in there, and they deserve to have access to all of the booths until the end of the show.
And also, before and after the show, this happens pretty consistently with our shows. You might get an email saying, "Oh, hey, get the attendee list for the Tucson Home and Garden Show." And these are scams. We do not share, rent, or sell any of our email lists. If you get anyone asking to send them some money for an exhibitor or an attendee list, that is not us. They don't have the list and they are a scam. We would, in marketplace events, will never contact you offering to sell any type of contact information. And then on that note, if you made it to this slide, thank you guys so much. If you have any questions, this is our contact information. If you if you watch this whole thing, we really appreciate it. Please come to the show office. We will have a little treat for you. And once again, any questions, just reach out to myself, Lindsay, or Granon. Lindsay, do you have any parting words?
No, we're just, I guess, yes, we're super excited for the show. It's going to be a great show. We can't wait to be there with you. We'll be on site all week during move-in, the whole time during the show and move out. So if you need anything during showtime, we'll be right there to help you out. But until then, please don't hesitate to reach out to us.
Absolutely. And don't forget, think of some song requests you'd like during move-in. Otherwise, it's going to be a lot of Spice Girls and Backstreet Boys, which, I mean, we would love. All right, everybody. Thanks again for listening, and we will see you at the show.